Hey guys, how are we all tonight or today, dependent on where you are in the world? My name is Emma, which you can see there. Today we have a wonderful lady joining us. Her name is Eunika. She is based in Australia and she has a story to tell. So let's bring on Eunika. How are you tonight?
Hi, I'm good. I'm really good.
That's really, really good. What is the time where you're at?
It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Woo, 5 o'clock
So
in the afternoon. It's 8 o'clock here in New Zealand. So you've obviously been through the majority of your day. How's your day been?
it's actually been quiet. So I'm happy been quiet today
That
without
sounds
any
so lovely.
without any accidents. So it's good.
That is really,
Good
really
day.
good. And I can hear an accent. It doesn't sound Australian. Where is that
No, it's
accent from?
not. It's Polish.
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 Ooh,
Yes.
sounds like a bit of a story there. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got the Polish accent and you going, and now that you're in Australia, where is the connection there?
Oh yes. I was born in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Born into Jehovah Witnesses family.
Wow.
Hardcore witnesses family, so raised into it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, got baptized when I was 13.
When you were 13, that's quite young.
Yes.
What was one of
Yeah.
the reasons, or what's a reason that you decided to get baptized at 13 years old?
Yeah, everyone got baptized when
Yeah.
we were teenagers, so it was normal thing to do, I guess.
I
So
understand that. I got baptized at
peer
12 myself.
pressure, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Um, so that was quite the popular thing to do in your congregation and
Yes.
congregations around. Was that in Poland?
Yes. Yes. That was the thing. Even I actually got baptized quite late. There were younger kids who
Really?
got baptized. The youngest was 6, I think,
Wow.
who got baptized. Yes, in our congregation.
That's mind-boggling
Then
that a 6-year-old
yes,
would be allowed to get baptized.
yes. Oh, with her, actually, with her, it was. I heard the story that she got baptized at 6, but when she grew up, she faded or something like
Oh,
that.
yes.
But then I don't know if that was annulment of the baptism or something, that she started studying again and she got rebaptized.
She was allowed to be
So,
rebaptized.
yes.
I was
So
told
I
that
heard
that
that
wasn't a
first
thing.
first time in my life. I heard that thing that they actually allow that because she was baptized when she was too young.
Ah,
So yes.
okay.
Yeah.
That's really, really
But
interesting.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. You were born into
Yes.
it. How was that from you growing into, from you being born into a Jehovah's Witness
Mm.
family to being baptized
Mm.
at the age of 13? What was your childhood like?
Yeah. It was the communist country, the Eastern Bloc,
That would be
where we
interesting.
yeah, it was where the Jehovah Witness religion was forbidden. So there were the convention were in the forest sometimes
Wow.
undercover. Yeah, it was funny. We as kids we had no idea that it was like that. That sometimes we were on the convention and they said, "Are we pretending to pick mushrooms?" Okay.
Did you have some mushrooms at your ready in case?
Yeah, some yeah, we they were collecting some mushrooms in case to pretend we were picking mushrooms. Yeah, my parents were arrested a few times, and yeah, it was kind
Wow,
of.
what the
Yeah,
childhood you must have had. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't
yeah.
even be able to imagine what that would feel like.
They were very active, like very
Hmm.
active. Especially my father. He was elder in the congregation, the overseer,
Yes.
the presiding overseer. They call it. I
Yep,
don't know
you're doing
exactly
well.
the name. Yes, and yes. So I remember him always um, driving around to visiting different like brothers,
Mm,
sisters, and um, in our house, like in was a cupboard, like hidden cupboard where they were printing literature.
that's something that you would hear in well, that's for me. I've seen stuff like that in movies, so you experienced that in real life. Um,
Yes,
how was that to have something secret going on in your house? Because I know a lot of
we
children, they
as
grow up seeing.
kids we had no idea about it because
Really? So they hid it from you as well.
they hid it from us as well. So we it was so because the teachers were asking as well, so it was safety precaution so that no one,
Mm,
you know, so we don't blabber to the teachers.
mm.
Yes,
That's actually a really good, I guess, like if you're trying to hide something, don't tell it to the
yes.
people that probably are going to tell. We had a question before from Shane saying, what did you do with the mushrooms that you guys picked up at these mushroom picking adventures?
Actually, the mushroom picking, it depends because normally we used to pick mushrooms as well. If they were
Mhm.
edible, we ate them. We prepared and ate them as well. But
Would you eat these
so
cooked or raw?
no, we cook them. Normally,
Hmm.
we cook them.
So
Yes.
in Poland, when you would cook these mushrooms, what like how would you prepare them? Would it be different to how you prepare them now?
Um. No, I would do the same thing like now.
Yeah? And
I
how would
would.
you prepare them? I know this is a strange question, but I don't know how people in Poland prepare their mushrooms.
I would bake them in a pan,
Oh
in a
yes.
saucepan with some spices. Would probably cut them into pieces with eggs, and it depends which one.
That sounds really
Yeah,
nice
or
though.
make a soup out of them. Yeah.
Oh, a good mushroom soup sounds really nice,
Mm,
especially in the cold temperatures.
yeah.
We've just had another question pop up from Strolling with Stella. Did you enjoy being a Jehovah's Witness child?
No.
No? Why no?
Yes and no.
Oh.
I must say, I had awesome parents and I had many siblings. So this I had nice times too. I can't say no.
Mm.
But I didn't enjoy the bullying at school,
Oh
that I
yes.
couldn't do all the birthdays, all the celebrations,
Mm.
all that stuff. But some other things we had back in Poland, we had every year we used to have like pioneer. They were coming pioneers from big cities. They
Oh
were
yes.
sleeping in the tents, and they were camping in on our properties. So, and it was really nice time when they
Yeah.
were at our place. So it was really nice time too, as you know, something different
Mm.
for us.
It sounds
But
like something one thing that you'd be excited to have because it sounds
yes,
like it would
it
be
was
something
exciting
regular.
because there were new people to meet during
Mm.
summertime. Well, yeah.
So I have a question about your family. So there was your mum and your dad. Did you have any siblings?
Yes, I have four sisters
You have
and
4 sisters.
had three brothers. The youngest died, so I have two
Oh
brothers
no.
left.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
is the rest of your family in or out?
They
What's going
still
on with
in
them?
the very hardcore in.
And is it the
My
same with
my
your dad and your mum?
so my dad died. He was elder till the end. My yes, that's my dad. My
Oh
mom at the
wow.
front, and from the left, when you look from the right, from the right side to the left, from the
Hmm.
elders, it's my two older brothers. Then it's me. Then my sisters. So the youngest and
Wow.
the youngest brother who died on the left, the tallest.
That's quite a big family.
Yes. Mm.
Wow. So, as you were growing up as a teenager, what was life like for you as a teenager, as a Jehovah's Witness in Poland?
It was, to be honest, because my parents were so focused being Jehovah Witnesses and raising us to be very like them. So
Mm,
any free time, we didn't have normal free time. All free time, we didn't have any, even all holidays, like free school holidays.
yeah,
We we were obliged to be
I
pioneering
understand
actually.
that. Yeah.
Every
Wow.
every afternoon after school we needed to go witnessing. Like it wasn't possible when there wasn't meeting after school, there I couldn't have free time.
Mm-hmm.
I was obliged to go witnessing. It was something like my mom would make 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 us feel guilty for not going witnessing.
No.
Yes,
Wow.
it was
Mm.
something like, yeah, that way it was really bad. Yeah. And
Okay.
I hated going witnessing. This was because maybe I'm kind of, I say I hate it because I'm shy. I was always trembling inside before the door and praying
Oh,
that no one it's opening. I was so scared always.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was a torture for me.
Oh
And
no.
yes,
So, when did you manage to escape your parents? And obviously, so you got married, did you?
I got married very young. I was 20 when I got married.
You were 20, so you managed to escape your family, get married at the age of 20. How was
Yes,
that for you? That's a beautiful
and
picture.
oh my gosh. And actually, this man, I met him, he wasn't Jehovah Witness,
Really?
but he started study to become Jehovah Witness so he could marry me.
Oh, that's very noble of him.
Yes, and he stayed Jehovah Witness till we split.
Till you split. Okay. So how long are you
Till
guys married for?
we were married 22 years.
Wow. So within
Yes,
those 22 years, did you have any children? What was life like for you as a married woman?
we yes, we had two children, but because uh, yes, we got married really fast.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Like a lot
married,
of young people out there, yeah.
honestly, you get married just to have sex because you can't have sex before marriage. You can't masturbate. I'm just straight honest. As Jehovah
Mm.
Witness, you can't masturbate, you can't have sex, you can't do anything before marriage. So you
No.
marry very early very young just to do those things. And you just take the first things, the first person coming or wanting you. So it was that person. Yes.
And this person was the first person that came along. You guys got married. You had two
we
children,
got
as you were saying
married.
before.
Yes.
And how did you, being raised as a Jehovah's Witness, the way that you were raised, how did that affect how you raised your children? We have that question from Stella.
Because my ex-husband, he was Jehovah Witness, but he was more like a lazy Jehovah Witness. I called him always that.
Yeah.
He wanted always me to do everything, all these like family studies, everything, preparing everything.
Oh, so
And
he wasn't taking the lead,
he wasn't taking
the
the
household.
lead. And I've tried, but I knew how I didn't like it as a child. So I thought, okay, I just give my kids a bit of free time, like
Nice.
I wasn't forcing them sitting an hour, just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that was it. So I wasn't forcing them. You have to sit 1 hour now. We do study and blah blah. Wasn't doing that because
So
I
that's
knew
nice
how
that you're
hard it
able
was
to.
for me.
Yeah, it's nice that you're able to give them a little bit of breathing time and space and things like that. So from that point to where you are now, you and your husband split up. At that point, were you still a Jehovah's Witness or were you
So
not?
when we moved to Australia, we started kind of a little bit because we moved away from my family. We weren't that controlled anymore.
Freedom.
And yes, it was a bit more freedom, kind of. And we, he started actually fading.
Oh.
I was still really in. He started fading, and my kids started fading. We still used to live in Sydney, but when we moved to the Gold Coast, and my son came out as a transgender, from a female to male. He actually it wasn't that open because it was like he tried to kill himself, and then it came out that he was transgender.
My
And
goodness.
it opened my eyes, and I was like, okay, it was a shock for me. First thing, and I thought, okay, he's transgender. Then it came out, my daughter, it's not a it's a they call it non-binary, pansexual, and it was all like, I thought, okay, they don't want to be Jehovah Witnesses. I don't want to live in paradise without them. I love them much more than anyone else. So I thought, no, I'm not living forever without my kids. I rather die with them and don't know anything about paradise or anything. So my conscious decision was, okay, I die with them. Still believing.
Wow.
Still
Such strong love from a mother. A lot of people in
believing.
there wouldn't do that. And you were so strong. Wow. So when did you make that decision to to leave because of your children?
It was around, I think it was 2014,
Mm-hmm.
15 maybe, something like that.
All right. And when you made that
Yes.
decision, so you chose to leave because you didn't want to live in paradise without them. Um,
Yes.
were you still mentally in?
I was
You
still
just physically
mentally in.
left?
Physically, when we moved to Gold Coast, we stopped going to the meetings
Mm-hmm.
already. But I still believed, and I was preparing to go to the meetings. But when the kids came out, then I said, there is no point for me to go
Wow.
look for the congregation, to change congregation, or to contact anyone
Mm-hmm.
actually. So I just started fading completely and told my family that I'm not, how do you call it, uh, that I'm not active.
Mm-hmm.
Not
So you
active.
just
And
left, you just faded, you didn't disassociate yourself or anything, you just stopped going.
I stopped going, but to my
Mm-hmm.
family I said, because of that I'm not active. So I said to them, yeah, I'm not active. So they knew I'm not active, but yeah, they still we still had contact as long as my father was alive.
Mm-hmm.
But when he died, then my family cut off,
Oh
all my
wow.
siblings.
And
Yes.
they cut you off even just as
they
as
they
in an inactive person. There we go. Sorry, that was a
Yes,
little bit
I'm not
hard.
disfellowshipped. No, I'm not disfellowshipped. I'm still inactive,
Yeah.
as inactive, but they cut me off. Yes,
Oh
except my
wow.
mom. Except my mom.
Okay, so you still have
My
contact
mom.
with your mum.
Yes, I still have contact with my mom,
Hmm.
but my siblings, they all cut me off.
Oh wow. My
Yes.
goodness. Okay, so from you physically leaving but still mentally being a Jehovah's Witness
Mm-hmm.
till now, when like what was the thing that made you decide to no longer mentally being a Jehovah's Witness to
Um,
fully leave?
so then it happens that my ex-husband had an accident, like he got
Oh
burned
wow. Oh
and
wow.
ended up in hospital, very badly burned. And in the hospital, he had out of body experience. So all the doctors were there, and he like explained it to me and to the
Mm-hmm.
doctors how it felt, and all this what he saw, like
Mm.
he could see, like kind of like his, I would say, like his soul or his ghost or his soul went out of body, and he could see
Mm.
his body, everything what was happening. Like he was on the ceiling, and he could see everyone on the in hospital what
Wow.
was going on.
That's crazy
So
because you hear of
yes,
that kind of stuff happening on movies as well. But to have somebody so close to you
yes.
experience that,
Mm.
what went through your mind when you found that out?
I was in shock. I
Mm,
just couldn't believe. And after that, because he came back to the body,
mm.
and after that he had this power, these healing powers what
Healing
people have,
powers, how do you mean?
like he, because um, the doctor started bringing to his room the worst cases. For example, one man was so burned he was supposed to stay 3 months in hospital,
Mm-hmm.
but they brought that man uh, to that room,
Yes.
and because they were interacting and he was going to that man and comforting him, he left after 3 days the hospital. Then
Wow.
one older lady who was supposed to have skin grafts,
Mm-hmm.
skin grafting surgery on her belly. They were preparing her for the surgery, and the doctor came. She was crying, and he went to her to comfort her. And then the doctor came after a while to check on her, and he said, "Oh my gosh, you don't need any surgery anymore."
That is crazy.
It was really great. It was like
What did the doctors
really,
figure out that it was something to do
they
with
knew
him?
exactly how it works, and they were just swapping the patients.
They were doing it on purpose.
They did it on purpose. They did it on purpose. Yes.
Wow. So this
Mm-hmm.
experience of your husband, I can't remember if you said you were married or it was ex-husband at the time, but so this experience of him having the out of body experience and then being able to heal, this changed your mindset with the whole
Not
Jehovah's
that
Witness
that
thing.
that made actually this was a huge step. I was started
Mm-hmm.
researching a little bit before on the internet, like still having this bad conscience when I was looking into the apostate
Yeah, you're like,
uh,
ooh, what is this?
sites, and it was like, oh my gosh, where I was looking, I wasn't supposed to.
Well done though for making that
Um,
step.
but then I was like researching about all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. And one day I was driving on the motorway um, here on the
Okay.
Gold Coast. Many people don't believe it and can laugh.
That's okay.
I
What?
don't mind. And
Do tell
I was
us. Do tell
driving,
us.
and you know, you drive, you look around, you look
Mm-hmm.
into the sky, and I look like, gosh, what's this? It was such a nice color. Like first I saw just a small piece, and I think,
Okay.
geez, that color I haven't seen, never in my life. I haven't seen something like that. A just tiny piece, and then the sky cleared, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a mothership in the size of a. If it would land, it would be a size of a city. I
And you
was
saw
in
this in the
shock. In
sky.
such a shock, I started shaking. So I just
What?
took the first exit. I took the first exit.
Yeah.
I stopped, and I needed sometimes to just to breathe.
Okay. Yeah. That would be an intense situation to come across. So
Yes,
you
and I
had some
thought
time to breathe.
to breathe, and I thought, I think am I crazy, or someone else must have seen it too, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm crazy, or I'm seeing things. And then my daughter said her friend seeing the exact same thing at the same time.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I thought, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm really seeing it. And this made
What?
me like, okay, that made me. I did then like started researching in more and more into
Mm-hmm.
you know God existence and stuff like that. And then I went full into the apostate websites,
Oh wow.
and and then I found the what his name Lloyd Evans channel,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I did marathons on his channels.
You would love to hear
I did
that.
he's actually at the beginning where the best ones for the beginners.
Mm-hmm.
It would like for explaining, like for me, because he doesn't believe in God, so they were good for me too.
Mm.
uh and I did a lot of reading, a lot of researching, so it was quite a
Wow, that's
journey, a long journey
mm.
to I still have a lot of stuff in my head, from being inside. I call it the Borg.
The Borg. I like
The
it.
Borg. Inside the Borg for so many years. It stays in
Yes.
your brain.
It does
But
take a long
yes,
time.
it takes a long time, and yes. That's why, I understand my family shunning me because I did
Mm.
the same thing. I did the exact same thing to my best friend.
Oh
Well,
no.
I reconnected after I left,
Oh
but
yay.
I did the same thing to her for so many years. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that would be such a really nice feeling to be able to reconnect with her.
It
And
was.
also and
We
also
grew
to
up
know that
together. We grew up together. And oh my gosh. I just can't believe it. When we reconnected, it was like just like nothing happens.
mm,
Yes.
that's how you know you
But
have a true friend there when no
yes,
matter how
yes.
much space you have, how much time, when you're
Mm.
together, it's like no time has passed. That's so
Yes,
cool.
exactly.
Oh, wow. So that's a really big journey that you've had from start to where you are now. That is crazy. So let's fast forward and let's look forward to the things that you've done since you have left, since you had your big research and your experiences and everything like that. That's amazing.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
let's find out what was some of the things that you were able to do once you left? What was one of the first things that you really were like, I'm going to do this?
First thing was we did a birthday party for my uh, non-binary kid.
Yeah.
I need to
Wow.
get too used to that. I call her daughter, but non-binary. She reminds me of that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow. So a
I
birthday.
need to
That's
be correct
awesome.
on that. Having yes, yes. That's that one on the right.
The one on the right with the dark hair?
On the right with the dark hair, the more full one.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. It's cool that you've got all these pictures so we can put faces to names, which is really, really cool.
Mm,
So,
yes.
you were able to have a birthday party. What are some of the other things that you were
Yes.
able to do finally once you left? Once you left
So
mentally?
that was the birthday party. Then we could do Christmas, Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween was awesome too. Yes. Um, actually, oh yes, and I remember first time singing,
You
like
first time singing or sinning?
sinning, sin.
What do you mean
When
by that? Do tell us.
okay, when my ex-husband left, we weren't divorced then, but we were
Mm-hmm.
separated. He left. He had already other woman, and
Oh.
I thought, okay, uh, I was. I, I'm not 100% sure if I was then already mentally out or
Mm-hmm.
not, but I knew I'm gonna die in Armageddon anyway, so I thought, why not, fully uh, um, enjoy myself. in the yeah. So
Wow.
yes, and I just went on a date and yes,
Ooh.
tried the sin.
And that that would have been a very exciting thing to do.
And it was exciting for me. It was actually,
Yeah.
but I didn't feel that it was such a huge sin. Like they do it, like they
Mm,
seem, like the brothers say it's such a huge sin. Oh my gosh, how they do huge stuff out of it.
mm.
No, it's not.
They try and control just the most
Yes,
natural, basic things,
exactly.
to control the rest of your
Mm.
life, controlling
Oh,
the little things they've got you. It's
and
crazy.
the one thing what I had for a very very long time problems with
Hmm.
is that I think many I don't know if brothers, but maybe women, I don't know. When I left, because women can women we can masturbate, and
Mm.
I had problems to do that. Like I had always such a bad feeling. Even
Yeah,
after we
because
left, I felt always so bad after. Now, not anymore, but oh my gosh,
it
many
is a
years
big
after
process, isn't
even.
it?
Yes, it's such
Because
a, it's such a, it's stupid. Even talking about it, like you should be able to talk about it normally, but
no,
it's
it's good that
still
we're able to talk about it though, because I know for me, I grew up thinking that only boys did that kind of stuff, and like so only boys were able to sin in that way, and that was bad. But then later on, it takes a long time before you realize that actually women can actually do that, and oh, it actually
yes.
is nice. And the
Mm.
fact that you were able to explore that is a really good sign, and that you're able to talk about it is even better.
I'm I'm trying because I remember for such a long time I felt after each time I felt so bad, like
Oh no.
like I did something bad. I did
Mm.
something bad. It was so good, but it was so good. It felt so good, but I it felt good, but it was bad.
Yeah,
Kind of
that would have
like
been confusing.
you saw they brainwash you so badly that
Hmm.
oh gosh,
So you
for
were able to
many
shift
years.
from that mindset from
Now
feeling bad about it.
finally, after it took me years,
Mm,
it
mm,
took me years, maybe 4 or 5 years
mm-hmm,
to completely switch off this bad feeling after
mm-hmm,
not to feel bad about it.
mm. We just had a comment there from Strolling with Stella. It was up before. She was saying, there we go, thank you. I learned that if we know how to please ourselves, we can communicate our needs better. And that is so true, because if we start to understand ourselves, self-awareness, all of those kind of things, then we're not only able to communicate our needs better physically, but also emotionally, mentally as well. So
Yes.
it is a good process to go through. So well
Mm.
done. And strolling with Stella also said, "Well done, Eunika. Well done." And a whole bunch of
Oh, thank
everyone
you.
else out there would be feeling the same way as
Mm.
well. Um, so also, just to find this out, is what's something else that you finally were able to do that you weren't able to do as a Jehovah's Witness? Like, what do you enjoy most doing these days?
Now I enjoy actually even being lazy,
Lazy,
wasting
yes.
wasting time, what I wasn't able to do when I was Jehovah Witness.
Hmm.
Wasting time. I had always like bad feeling, like um um, it was always like, oh my gosh, I'm guilty of people's blood because I'm not going witnessing.
Oh, yes, the whole mind trap
This
you with
whole
people's blood
yes,
guilt.
and now
Yes.
I'm just yes, I can sit home, I can do nothing, and
Mm.
no one can.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, only
Yes,
we are responsible for our own actions,
yes,
and you are
and
finally able to relax. Yes.
yes, and I can watch horror movies without any
Horror
bad
movies.
feelings,
Yes,
ghost
that's
movies.
awesome. Yeah.
Yes, uh, I like them actually. Yeah, listening to the
Mm,
stories, to the scary
nice.
stories. I love it.
So, as a Jehovah's Witness, we're not allowed to have passions really. What are some of your passions now?
My pets,
Your pets?
my
Oh, nice.
pets.
How many
Oh my
pets do you
gosh.
have? Tell us about these pets.
I have two birds, two
Mm-hmm.
cats, and one dog,
Oh,
and
yes.
I love them to bits, and my kids,
That's awesome.
and my kids, and yes, and actually, like I remember before the COVID,
Mm-hmm.
my family were planning because they really wanted to save us so we come back
So you
being
can
J
beg.
Dubs. So they wanted us to be back in the organization. So
Ah, I see.
they wanted us to move back to Germany
To
because
Germany?
when I got married, I moved to Germany. I
Okay.
forgot to tell that. So when
No,
I
that's
got married,
okay.
yeah, I moved to Germany. I lived 10 years in Germany. So the kids are born
Wow.
in Germany.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. That would be different. How different is
Yes.
Poland to Germany, would you
It's
say?
very
Mm-hmm.
different, especially economically.
Oh, how do you
Germany is
mean?
like a paradise
Oh.
comparing to, yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
so much better. The medical care
Mm-hmm.
and social care, it's a lot better than in Poland. Poland is a very, you could say, very poor country
Okay.
comparing to Germany. They don't have, they have good medical care, only private, very
Mm-hmm.
good one, but no social security.
Hmm.
It's almost non-existent.
Hmm. Okay. So
So
that's interesting. 10 years in Germany.
yes, yes, some, but it's very busy life. Going for
Mm,
holidays, yes, but uh, I wouldn't like to go back there. No,
that's fair. So clearly you didn't go
so
back.
no.
What
Actually,
are some of
COVID
the,
saved
yeah,
us because my kids they really wanted to go back
they did.
because we have houses in Poland. They empty.
Ah, okay.
They
So you own these
they
houses.
we own those houses and
Hmm.
property. They empty and they thought, okay, we move there. We're gonna be living there. And I really begged them not to go. And thanks to COVID,
Well, that's a positive.
one positive, we stayed here.
Hmm.
But before we were preparing and saving money and all that and talking, and I knew I needed to prepare something because I knew with my health condition I couldn't stay in Poland, so
Hmm.
I would have to live somewhere in Germany. But one of my brothers-in-law is not Jehovah Witness, so he would
Hmm.
help me
Oh,
a
that's
bit.
nice.
Yes,
Sorry, I think my cats are growling. I'm just going to quickly pop one
uh,
of them outside. I
it's
won't
okay.
be a moment. Otherwise, I'll keep on fighting.
So
No. Okay, they ran out.
okay.
Let's just ignore that happened. Um, please
So
continue.
one of so he was supposed to help me, and um, I forgot what I was talking about now.
That's okay. You were saying that you have one brother-in-law that isn't a Jehovah's Witness and that he would
Ah,
be willing to
that
help
we
you.
were supposed to move back to Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and my family, and the pets. And I said, oh, yes, we need to actually to save more money because we want to take the pets with us.
Mm.
Because we have 2 birds, 2 cats, and a dog.
You just need
And
one
they
more dog
say,
to make it even.
and they say, no, for now enough, because she got a huge surgery. Uh, so, but she's okay. She's good. Um, and my family say, just give them away and get a new pets in Germany. And so that's how Jehovah Witnesses think. Like, they, for them, pets are like things you can buy and sell. Not like, for me, they family. They my
Mm.
kids. Like, I would probably cry for months if something happens to one of my pets. And
Mm.
for them, just okay, just give them away and get rid of them, and you get new ones in
So
Germany.
such a
And I said,
disposable life.
yeah, just some disposable for them. Oh my gosh,
Mm.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Wow.
I said, no way. For me, they everything. Like, oh,
Oh, well, that's really nice that you were able to find that joy within your pets. Uh,
mm,
these ones, I recently got a kitten. Well, several months ago, got a kitten, and they growl at each other every now and then. This is Jasper, one of my pets.
Jester.
Um,
I have bird
Jasper.
Jester. A Jasper.
Yeah. So the question that we've just had, and a question I was going to ask before was: are there any dreams that you've wanted to achieve in your life, or that you want to achieve going forward? Like, what's something that you're wanting to move forward with your life with a goal or a dream that you would love to just give a go and just go for it?
Dream. One
Mm.
dream I wanna still achieve is here. I'm working forward
Mm-hmm.
to buy a property and build a house. So my kids
Wow.
gonna be safe, so they don't have to move around into rental properties. So they
Mm-hmm.
have something for, to secure for future for them.
Yes.
So they have
That's awesome.
something, yes. And
That is a really
yeah,
nice dream.
we're slowly working on that thing. So
Yeah.
hopefully, yes. Fingers
That's
crossed.
awesome. Well, wherever your focus is, it's going to happen. So that is awesome that that's
Yeah.
where a focus of yours is. That is really,
Yes.
really cool.
Yes. I'm really focused on that, and that's my goal. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm focused on securing that.
Oh, well, tell us a little bit more about this house that you're wanting to build. Is there anything in particular that you really, really want to have on this house?
Um, Actually, um, it's this is on the island. The main thing is that I want to buy a lot. It can be old house on the lot,
Mm-hmm.
just so it has power and water
Mm-hmm.
connection. And then, because my daughter want to have something separate, and my son want to have something separate, so they want to build their own cabins. So I don't care how small that thing is,
Mm-hmm.
what I buy, because they want to have their own cabins or whatever they want to build.
It sounds really nice. There
And
is a
we
quite a big of a tiny house movement going on at the moment as well. And those tiny houses look so cool. They set them up really
yes,
nicely and they're just such cool little pieces of property, like a little house.
yes,
It's so cool.
exactly. They so sweet, and you know that's enough. You don't need a lot.
Exactly. A place
Just
to
eat.
sleep, a place to cook.
Yes,
Why not?
yes. And we don't have cold winters here or anything.
You are
Perfect.
fortunate having that in Australia. It's
Yeah,
warm.
warm. Sometimes a bit too warm, but on the island
That.
it's actually nice. It's
Hmm.
not too hot. It's a bit colder than on the mainland, so
Yeah.
yes,
So the
nice.
island, what do you mean by the island? Do tell us.
Um, it's Russell Island.
Russell
It's
Island.
it's
Where is
uh,
Russell
it's
Island?
like a small island next. It's Australia, and next to
Hmm.
Australia, I've got some islands next to it.
Oh,
Small
I did
islands.
not know that. I knew it had the Tasmania Island. I
Ah,
think.
no, no.
I think
Tasmania is
Tasmania.
a big one.
Yeah, I knew it had that.
Yes.
But I don't really know too much about all the little islands around the area. I would assume every big
Just
landmass would have tiny bits, but
yeah. The, this is a tiny one. Like I think we are 3,000 people here or something like that.
on the whole entire island.
Yes.
Oh, nice. So does that
Yes.
mean that
The,
you all
and
know each other?
that's the big one. That's the big island. There are smaller islands too.
Oh, yes.
So
That's
yes.
so cool.
So mm,
All right. So you have told us that you have a goal of wanting to build a house. Is there anything that you are wanting to try, or take up a new hobby, things like that, or any other dreams or goals that you have that you would like to achieve or are currently working on?
I'm actually happy with my life right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I'm
brilliant.
happy. Yes. So I'm happy with what I'm taking care of because my son is autistic. So
Oh, yes.
I'm taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just looking to make him more independent if I can achieve that. So
Mm.
it's hard because he's very um, with such very hard. He got very hard time socializing with people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very very hard thing for him. But if I could do somehow, I don't know if you can teach them. But yeah,
Sounds like a
if
really, really big journey that you're on, and that's really admirable
yes,
to do
that's
that.
I somehow I need to prepare him for the life.
That is so true. You are
Yes,
so right. And with you trying to set yourself up to have a house on a bit of land so then they can have their own little sections and like little houses
yes,
on there,
yes,
that's a
exactly.
really cool way to set yourself up to fulfill that dream that you are really wanting to do and that you're on track to doing. Um,
Mm.
now, one final question before we do finish this. If somebody was sitting in your position, what encouragement can you give them on their journey? Say that they are either on the cusp or that they are physically out but mentally in. What kind of encouragement can you give them on their journey going forward?
If you have kids, love your kids over anything else. If you have any question, do the deepest research you can
Mm-hmm.
everywhere and anywhere you can. Research everywhere. The whole internet, the whole library, all libraries you can.
That's awesome. Is there a
Research,
particular
research.
area?
Your brain can fit anything and everything.
Mm-hmm. You are right with that. Is there a particular place that you would encourage anybody to go first or just Google away?
Just Google.
Just
Just Google.
Google.
If you have any questions, Google it.
Google.
Google
Nice. I
it.
like that.
Because what's wrong with looking for answers?
Exactly. There's nothing wrong.
What's wrong with looking for answers? You have questions? Google it. It's so
I love
easy.
that.
It's so easy now. You have computer, you have question, Google it.
We have the answers in the pocket of our pants or wherever we
Exactly.
keep our phone or computer.
Yes.
That's some wonderful advice. Now, just to our viewers, if you have any questions, feel free to fire them through. Oh, here we go. Strolling with Stella has said, Uncle Google helps a lot. Yes, we have to
Oh,
agree with
yes.
that. um, so thank you so much, Eunika, for popping on here tonight and sharing some of your story and where you're wanting to go and your goals and your dreams going forward. It's been a pleasure to have you here. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you too.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And to everyone out there for watching, thank you so much for jumping on, for watching, for taking that step. No matter where you are in your journey, whether or not you are still a Jehovah's Witness and you're just searching, or you're physically out and you're mentally in, and you just don't know where you sit, or even if you are physically out and mentally out, but we know that takes a long time. It takes time to get from being fully mentally Jehovah's Witness to taking those steps to go forward to becoming free, moving on from being a Jehovah's Witness. It does take time. So again, ask those questions. Google, ask questions on any Facebook groups that you are a part of, or even on any of the Life After Jehovah's Witnesses. Because again, we are not meant to fit in a box. We are not a robot. We are meant to be exactly who we are meant to be inside, who we want to be, fueling those passions and whatever the river takes us to experience and do. So go enjoy your life, follow those things, follow where your heart takes you, ask questions. And again, thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you on the next live stream. Have a great night, guys.